Hey guys, it's Ron from AstroTech and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to take a look at 5 things I don't like about the Sony Xperia X performance. Alright, let's get straight into this with number 5. The thing I dislike the least about this phone is the fact that the US version has no fingerprint sensor. I mean, for $700, you expect a fingerprint sensor on a phone in 2016. And before you start commenting below saying the Canada versions and I think international versions do have that. And yes, while the Canada and international versions, I think, do have the fingerprint sensor, for some odd reason, the US version or the US versions, I don't know, what is the point? The phone has $700. You have to include everything you can. And why in a certain region or certain country? Like, what is the point? Is there a point in this? Anyways, let's get to number 4. Number 4 is the camera lens itself. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, this thing captures great pictures, but I mean, for $700, I mean, a phone like the Nexus 6P, which costs around the same price or is even cheaper, has a better sensor. And the worst thing is, the Huawei Nexus 6P uses a Sony sensor, and Sony also uses a Sony sensor on their own smartphone. But the thing is, that sensor performs worse than the sensor on the Nexus 6P. I mean, you expect for them to save like the best sensor for themselves, but unfortunately that is not the case. And I honestly don't know why. It's been like this for quite some time now, but I don't know why Sony doesn't decide to have the best camera in the world. I mean, with a dedicated shutter button, you expect them to have the best camera in the world, but unfortunately that is not the case. So let's go to number 3. Number 3 again isn't that big of an issue, but this phone has no 4K video. No 4K video. The phone costs $700, is released in 2016, is the most premium version out of all the 3 smartphones released by Sony this year, 2016. It still has no 4K video. Okay, I think I do know why the phone doesn't have 4K video, but we'll get to that in a moment. I mean, obviously, people still use 1080 sensors, so they shouldn't worry much about this, because as we all know it, 4K video takes up a lot of our phone storage. So 4K video isn't really a deal breaker, but for $700, 2016, you expect to have 4K video, even if you're not gonna use it in a $700 smartphone. You gotta have this thing, and especially in 2016. Alright, moving on to number 2, which is a follow-up to number 3, because the phone has overheating issues. Yes, overheating issues. This is, I think, the first smartphone in 2016 that has overheating issues. I mean, yeah, it's IP68 water and dust resistant. You can just throw it under a fridge real quick. But this thing has overheating issues, and it's not from gaming for hours and hours on. It's from taking videos. The phone costs $700, it is 2016, and the phone has overheating issues? I mean, Sony, what happened? The OnePlus 3 cost $400. If you haven't checked out my review on the OnePlus 3, be sure to check it out right here. But yeah, that phone uses the same Snapdragon 820 processor, and it has no overheating issues whatsoever. I don't know what the deal is here with overheating issues. I have no idea. It's just disappointing to see a phone at this price in 2016 have a problem like this. Like, this came in a little bit unexpected for me. So let's get straight into number 1. Number 1 is, you've heard me complain about it, it's the price. $700 for a phone with these problems. I mean, yeah, if this phone was, you could say, the best smartphone of 2016, right now, then yeah, you could maybe pay $700 for it. What destroys this phone is its value. $700 is not worth paying for this phone. Honestly, if you want a premium smartphone, go look at some other options. There's tons of options out there today. And yeah, just I think like the price is just the main thing that kills this phone. It's also, in my opinion, the worst thing about this phone. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, it's not all bad. It has goods, but yeah, this phone has good things to snag about, but I personally wouldn't recommend this phone to anyone, no matter how big your budget is. Just don't waste your money on this phone. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment down below if you have anything to say, and yeah, it's been great talking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.